This episode is where Prabhu answers the question, what drove him to perform? Enjoy it. Thanks. This was a suggestion from our friend Polykasia17 or Constantine. We are open to suggestions, so please let us know at Instagram through a direct message or through our email, tonaldistancing@gmail.com. This week we have Teo of the Cross doing the intro today. Please check out his music. Check him out at Teo of the Cross on Instagram. We'll put the details below and all that. Again, please reach out to us. Send us a DM, email us if you want us to plug you into the intro or outro. Happy to do that and incorporate into the show. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching this episode. Have a good one. What about you, probably?
First gigs that drove me to perform. So,
first gig and what drove you to perform?
Yeah. I played music to kind of working backwards from how Zach mentioned of how he started music. I played music since I was in elementary school. I started in choir. That's where I did. I sang, but my choir teacher.
Let's hear it. Let's hear a little bit.
Hallelujah. No, I don't know. What was fun in elementary school choir that I think shaped my music and a lot was my choir teacher when I lived in India. He was into a lot of rock music and that kind of stuff, and he actually taught us rock songs in choir. So I did after school choir, which was singing a lot of stuff for churches and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then during class, we'd learn Beatles songs and Rolling Stones songs and the Eagles and stuff like that. So it was kind of fun because I did music and stuff then, but I didn't actually performing. I didn't have that thing where, some people, they want to be out there and perform. I hated when we, this is a very Indian thing I feel to do, but a lot of, whenever you have family over or guests over, your parents will be like, hey, Prabhu, sing this song for the auntie and uncle. And I'm fucking no backing track, nothing, just cold singing. You can't always get what you want.
My dad used to throw me and my brother on the spot, hey, play Sweet Child Mine. Play, I don't know, maybe South of Heaven or something. I was really anti-Slayer.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I'll fuck with Slayer now, but for the longest time. For the longest time, Slayer was my dad and my brother's band. I was this God hates us all shit. I'm not a God person at all, but hey, I ain't gonna cross some lines. You guys can calm down a little bit, Slayer.
But,
Man, that sucks. So that would
my dad would
ruin
be
a
like,
lot of.
play For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. And me and my brother would
That's
have
why-
to go right into it.
That's why you're a huge Metallica dude. That's the.
Well, it's because of my dad.
Well, yeah. I'm more like I'm a huge Slayer fan, so I'm just like that sucks, man. That sucks.
What's your Slayer tattoo?
I don't. You have a Slayer tattoo?
No, my brother and my dad do. So you're not a real
shit.
Slayer fan, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, can you even name their album top to bottom?
Top to bottom.
No. I saw them on their last tour ever. So what is
Last
that?
tour with Jeff Hanneman, or
No, like ever as a band. Like that was
Oh,
their
okay.
last year. Yeah. So
How
So you
old
didn't-
are they?
so you
That
didn't see
old?
Jeff
I guess I
Hanneman.
didn't realize.
I
how
think
old
they're
they
just
are.
retiring from it. I think I don't know, but anyways,
Hanneman
So-
died?
Hanneman died a while ago. He
Yeah,
died,
that's true.
No,
But,
it's not really their last tour. They'll be back. It's just like
it's
Aerosmith,
like the Simpsons.
It's just like Motley Crue.
like the Rolling Stones. Yeah, every single
Yeah.
one.
They
Can't stay away.
They can't leave the fame.
Nah, man,
Mhm.
paycheck.
I was gonna say the paychecks.
The
That reunion money.
Then Greenbacks. We're
Just
not
ask
talking about
Guns N'
Celestians.
Roses. Guns N' Roses probably planned that
Return of the Slayer.
15 years. Yeah.
The
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, real quick. I know we said we weren't going to talk about Guns N' Roses. I don't look at their reunion as the return of the Slash. I think of Slash and Duff as like that is because those are the final bits of the first run of Guns N' Roses. Like Slash, Duff, Axl were the final bits. So I think Duff is important. And that's what goes to my question of being more of a fan of Slash or Guns N' Roses, because I feel like Guns N' Roses, obviously the original 5 is probably what they really need. But as long as they have Slash, Duff, and Axl, that's like the end of the line there. Anyways. Back to you being a... What?
Well, I said okay.
Oh. I thought I said something confusing.
I said no way. No way.
Did I?
No
stutter?
way?
I mean, should I just interrupt Prabhu and give you my
Yeah, we
thoughts
already
on this?
interrupted
Or
him. Yeah, let's hear your thoughts. we tried to go through it without Slash, probably.
we should give up talking about Slash for Lent and see if how
We should talk about how Buckethead inspired me to get into music. And
All right, somebody mute Prabhu. Just kidding. That's fine.
That's actually kind of part of.
What was the question again? Oh yeah.
It's just viewing that like Guns N' Roses to me, like Slash versus Guns N' Roses. I think I'm a little bit more of a Guns N' Roses fan than just a pure Slash fan, because I was more excited for Guns N' Roses reunion because Duff was included in that reunion. If Duff wasn't there, I don't think it'd feel the same to me.
I think if I had seen Guns N' Roses in their peak in the 90s, I would have a different answer. But the reunion was exciting. The quality of music was not as good as just
Eat some
by
garbage.
himself. I'm not wrong.
Man,
I'm
that
not wrong.
That was amazing. You are wrong.
It was. I mean, it was an awesome show. I had a great time. But Axl Rose does not sound like Axl Rose anymore.
Axl Rose aged.
You leave him alone.
You leave him alone.
Like, yeah, I know he aged. I get it. But like, but it's kind of like if you had to choose between going to see Guns N' Roses without Slash or Slash without Guns N' Roses, who are you going to see? I'm going to see Slash, and you are too. Don't play games. I know who you're picking.
I mean, like
I know who I'd
well,
want.
I know
Probably we're not asking
no.
this question to because we know who he's.
No. But I think them being together is more magical than either the three being separate.
Either of them separate. Okay, I see what
Although-
you're saying.
Duff McKagan's not Cross-Eyed Heart. That's Keith Richards. What was the album that Duff McKagan came out with recently? I can't remember. I'll have to think. But that album's like, I mean, it's more like Americana than it is like rock. But that was a really good album. Anyways,
I feel like Guns N' Roses obviously has more timeless songs. I don't think Slash has any timeless songs necessarily outside of Guns N' Roses, unless you're gonna count like Slither and Fall to Pieces. But I don't think those are
gonna be
timeless. They're more niche.
I think that of the time that it was in.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like Slash has amassed such a really good collection of things outside of Guns N' Roses. I'm sorry, Prabhu. We'll end this conversation.
No, this is I'm doing your.
You're playing.
I'm doing. It's like your Oscar music when your speech.
Yes.
When your speech goes over, they play the music. I'll just use it as a.
Photoshop a trophy in my hand, right here, an Oscar in my hand, please.
I'll just play it wrong.
Yo, stop! Oh, I don't want this Oscar anymore. Fly it across the screen. Anyways, before Prabhu ruined my speech, my acceptance award. I mean, it's cool, but I hate it. Stop it.
Or you can play.
I feel like Slash has put out some really good music on his own. And I feel like there are, if I were to look at the list of Guns N' Roses songs that I like, and the list of all of Slash's songs outside of Guns N' Roses, I think I would have a longer list outside of Guns N' Roses.
Anyway,
though, if you were to ask me my top 10, it would have more
first
Guns
guitar. Continue with first guitar and first gig, because
what drove me to play was watching Guns N' Roses.
Yes!
On YouTube. What? I just
wait, with Buckethead?
Fuck it with never mind.
With the original guitars.
The original and best guitarist, Buckethead, and when
I hate you so much.
My favorite Axl Rose was mid 2000s Axl Rose.
Oh, okay. You're out of control now.
Axl Cornrows.
You've crossed the line.
That's funny. Yeah,
you've gone too far. Too far.
Well, so I guess fast forwarding from elementary school, I wasn't a big fan of like performing in that sense. So like, I think there are some people who loved like just getting out there and fucking performing, and like that kind of terrified me. Middle school, I did band. I didn't really think of performing then either, and then and I did piano too, and I didn't really care about performing. If anything, I was anxious about performing because I was like, why do you want to do this thing in front of people when you can fail? Like, why the fuck would you want to do this?
Why fail in front of people?
Yeah, and like I liked showing off. So that's one thing. I liked showing off, and I think
this is where you're just so I can flex.
Yeah, yeah. I realized once I could flex, then like that's just what performing is. It's just
what do you realize?
It's just one. The flex.
Yeah. It's just the when So I mean I think I watched a lot of live videos. This is like what I did in middle school in my big. So I mean I watched videos of, like Beatles and stuff, but to me the first like guitar hero I had that just like changed, like that made me want to just be him, was Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. I used to really be into drawing and stuff, and I used to just like draw pictures of Led Zeppelin playing live, and I just would like design.
Do you have any of those pictures still?
Probably my mom. Oh, she threw those all out, I think. But like my mom has like kept a lot of things, so probably some of the ones that I told her not to throw out, I'm sure there. I'll look for it. But yeah, I mean, I used to love watching him play, and like I'd rewatched that Stairway to Heaven live at Madison Square Garden video of him playing when he puts the fucking thing up. And then just his video of playing the guitar and like doing that solo and just being lost in it. To me, that was before I played guitar. So it was when I was getting into that kind of music, but it was before I started playing guitar. But to me, it was just magical because it was just like seeing this dude. Now I realize, like, I don't know. It's like now when I'm watching it more of like, oh, I want to learn how to do that. Whereas like then I just was like, this guy's insane. Like he's just one with his guitar. It's just that kind of thing made me want to be that. I had this thing where I was like, I want to fucking play this thing. Also, I was like, guitar might make me have something that I can show off to people and be cool. Otherwise, like, I was like, I can upgrade in the racism pool, and then like,
look at this, got this guitar, got binding on it, just flexing out here.
Yeah.
See, now that Prabhu said it, I'm sorry to hijack your story again. I'm not going to talk about Slash. Well, might talk about Slash. I had a similar experience. I definitely was interested in the guitar before actually learning to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Like I've had like the very first band I listened to was Guns N' Roses. That's why I'm obsessed with Slash. Yada yada yada. That was in like 6th grade. So it was like 6th grade when in terms of listening, I would listen to music for the guitar, but not the drums really.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was a drummer.
Yeah, like when I played
So
clarinet,
funny.
I didn't
Not
know a
weird.
clarinet. I didn't know a famous clarinet player. I played clarinet and then I played saxophone.
Squidward.
Squid. What I find funny about that is like how you guys said like you saw the player, right? And then you're like you extracted from that play guitar. I had never listened to Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, any of those guys. But like my dad was like, okay, here, ask your guitar teacher to learn, For Whom the Bell Tolls. And that was, the guitar was a gateway for me to listen to that music instead of the music being the gateway to guitar, which I
So
think
it was
is
the
so
opposite.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Before that, I was listening to Blue Adabadia and Backstreet Boys.
Hell yeah.
Right. I'm blue, Dabba-dee, Dabba-die.
Yeah. By Eiffel 65, bro.
Legendary.
I mean, the
Bop.
real legendary track.
First grade bop for me.
That was good, man.
For me, off that album, it was definitely PlayStation because I loved PlayStation.
But
Oh,
did
dude.
he actually say, if I was green, I would die? That's what we could never determine.
I don't know.
I don't think we should talk about this song because Gen Zs don't know what song this is. We're really
we just aged
We're talking
ours.
about Guns N'
Let's go
Roses,
back to talk
Metallica.
about
Gen Z totally
but
knows
Guns N'
who that
Roses is like trendy
It's
because
and
it's
it's
retro.
still
okay?
before
trending
our
because
time.
people wear it on a shirt. You know how many people are out there in the streets wearing Guns N'
No.
Roses, not
No, man,
knowing who
there's-
Guns N' Roses
You know what's
is?
messed
Have you
up?
seen the Pink Floyd
There's
triangle shit?
vintage,
People
and then
don't know
there's
that shit.
there's
That's
vintage, and then there's old.
Guns N' Roses is vintage.
It's old.
It's vintage. If you can go to Kohl's and buy a Guns N' Roses shirt and not know anything about Guns N' Roses,
I think
it's
that's-
vintage.
If you said Kohl's, if you said Urban Outfitters, okay, vintage. Kohl's, that's like fucking
Yeah,
great,
no,
bro.
I totally get your point. You just can't. Walmart.
I just
Walmart.
clearly
Walmart does
very
not. No,
poor
it has to be
taste.
like Urban Outfitters. Urban
Why?
Outfitters is still like the young, hip place, still ish.
You're
It's
probably
falling off.
still ish. So
I don't know
so
what
what
they
you're
do.
saying is you're a millennial. We're millennials.
Yeah, weird.
I don't know what, man.
I don't know, like you Gen Z kids.
I just was born.
Wearing.
There's a 1 and a 1 and a 9 and a 9 in my date of birth somewhere.
So you were born in the '90s. That's all.
But no,
You didn't need to get through all the digits.
No, what I was commenting. Well, this hasn't happened to you. You haven't heard this, like where like you hand your ID to someone and someone's like, "Oh, you're good."
No, I don't want to talk about it. I've heard
There's
it.
a 1 in the year. If they see a 1 at the beginning of the year, you're good. They're not gonna. They don't have to read the rest of the date.
We're old. Man, I was feeling so
We're who
good.
we
I gave
are.
my spiel
What's
about
wrong
late
with being
bloomers,
old, man?
and now you're like, Zach, you're old. You're bringing me
I
down.
thought your whole. I thought your whole.
I'm
thing
not
was to
really
be
that bulletproof, man.
I thought you were just. Yeah, I thought you were just trying to be an old man whipping up kids on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. No, I
I
don't
thought you were just an old man, just trying to, show
No, I
little
want to
kids,
be like. I
talk
want
to
to be
little kids,
like a
be
dude.
with little kids on the
like-
internet.
I want to be like a dude who's like not that old yet, but he's still making little kids cry.
Bro,
It's like crush their hopes and dreams.
I'm ready for the silver, man. I don't care, man. Bring it on.
I find a couple every now and then.
I haven't found any, but I'm
I
ready
get
for
them
it.
already. It's not worth it.
Hey, kids, we're aging.
Hey, welcome to.
Going through
Changes. I forgot.
No.
What were we talking about? I feel like
Me.
I had something I was going to
We're
say.
talking
Yeah, we
about
gotta stop
fucking, no,
ruining.
that's it. That was
Probably
the jump
listening
ahead,
to
and then
Jimmy.
that was the last thing. I watched the Jimmy Page video, and now I'm here. That's pretty much.
I had a
Oh.
really intense canon rock phase when that was like really popular. Like, you remember watching that when it first came out?
What, like
Yeah,
the
the-
song "Cannon" by Trans-Siberian?
Have you
Orchestra?
never heard canon rock, Kano?
Wait. I mean,
He's never heard
I was
canon
probably listening
rock?
to CDs. Bro, I didn't get like a cell phone until I was like in high school.
I Prabhu's gonna make this into like a something.
Yep,
But-
I'll do that.
Thank you. That's my shock face.
So wait,
So what?
Jimmy Page.
So yeah, I was more of a. I watched things on the internet. I didn't even go to local shows like in middle school or anything like that. I watched a lot of like, bands on YouTube and stuff. And then I moved to Michigan in high school, and then still mostly watched on YouTube.
We didn't really have like a music scene in Lansing though. We still don't.
Yeah, I mean Lansing has a pretty cool music scene.
Ann Arbor represent.
Not
We had
anymore,
we had the
Lansing
we had the
had
B-side,
like
the neutral
Wax Bar and
zone.
stuff, and I think Lansing had a pretty decent music scene. I didn't do that in high school. I didn't drive, so I didn't.
Well,
have that,
I think-
and then I didn't.
I feel like the post-hardcore stuff had a good scene in Lansing,
Yeah, like.
but nothing outside of that.
Yeah, so I mean, there was like that where like I knew people in high school who played and stuff that I thought it was like so cool. Like our friend Ron played in a band. I was always like, oh, he's super cool. He plays in this band. That's so cool. And like in terms of playing live, I had like I was more of an at home player, and like I played a lot of stuff at home. But then I practiced. Like I had in terms of people who influenced me in terms of playing live. I mean, like Darren Malakian and System of a Down and like Rage Against the Machine. Watching their videos, just being like, "Holy shit, that'd be so cool." I used to like dream about playing live when I'd shower, when I'd like sing in the shower and be like, "Oh, it'd be so cool."
What Rage song did you used to sing?
It was not the Rage song. It was the song. You know the fucking song.
Prabhu's in his shower, and his parents are just here. Fuck you! I won't do it.
Yeah. They're like, dude. No, I mean, later it was. Freedom!
Oh.
Or Township Rebellion. I love that one. So yeah, high school. I think my first. So I mean, I played something at the Hindu temple for guitar wise. My first performance. So the first time I ever for my first year at Okemos, I didn't tell anyone I played guitar. And then we had to bring in a guitar to like our chem class or something. And somehow I brought in a guitar. I brought a guitar, and then that was the thing where I was like, I told some people that I play guitar, and then I was like, oh, I didn't want to tell people I played guitar before I knew I was decent at it, because I didn't want to suck when I showed people. So I had this. So to me, I mean, I considered it like a performance. So the first time I ever posted something on like Facebook, I posted a video of me playing BYOB, and I had my brother like sit there and record it with his camera, my parents' camera, and like I did like 50 takes of it, and I was like, I was like, dude, I gotta look fucking sick. I need those this is. My status rides on this, bro. Like this will make or break me. Like this will define my damn future. Like
That's so funny. You made me think of like me having a video. It was like me, my brother, and like some friends and stuff. But there's like this shot of all of my dad's videotaping too. Just all of us just having a mean mug. So just think of like 4 kids that are like definitely in middle school, just this at the camera, and then we just go. That was basically the song.
Yeah, I mean, I remember posting a video or a photo that was just me like this, and I was like, God damn! But that to me was my level.
I cropped myself into a picture with Slash, so top that.
That's pretty good. I have a really edgy, like I was trying to be edgy looking picture of me holding. It was like a fake Les Paul, and I had my long, goofy hair. And I didn't even play guitar at this point. I just knew how, I barely knew how to play. So I was just holding a power chord shape and looking out the window, and it's in black and white. It's really funny.
Awesome.
Probably should definitely find it, and we should absolutely put that on for everyone to see.
So yeah, I played at the Like I remember my mom. I played at like the Hindu temple and stuff, but then I played a gig at the church. But like the first time I actually played something that felt like a rock star moment thing is my 12th grade talent show. I played that. Hey, dude, that's a huge performance because
I remember that.
Talent
You do?
shows are awesome.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I remember that.
Did you go to the Okama? You graduated.
I feel like I went to that because
I played with
the drum
Ben,
line.
and I played with Ben. We played a Rat-a-tat collab or
I was totally there for that.
And I
totally there for
practiced
that.
the shit out. I practiced for like a month or two. Like you know what's funny? I didn't really understand performing or things like that. Where I practiced the song like no others. I practiced the improv or what I do soloing wise and think of different licks I would do that's like kind of improvised. I didn't fucking change my strings for like a year and then went into that. I remember that thing. I used to keep my guitar in Les Paul and drop C, and then I tuned it up to like E standard for this fucking show, and this like gunky ass strings on there that just like visibly brown and black, like just dirty ass strings that like. And I remember watching that video later, and there's that part where you go like. And I remember just bending it out of tune. We go, it went like, or I think the riff is from 17 Years of Rat-a-tat goes like, and then the next one, and I pulled it. It totally pulled the string out of like
Killed the
tune where it went. And then I was like, oh god, and I ended up tuning it while it was playing. Luckily, we had a backing track, but like that to me was like just seeing a bunch of people and then going up there and just kind of shredding and then just doing this thing, and I just let loose and had fun and like was headbanging to it and all that, and like that to me, that was I think my first time of seeing it. I for like 2 months, I visualized this fucking moment. I was like, and I was really anal about things. Where I remember one of the people was like, they're doing lights, and in my head, I imagined like, okay, the fucking solo light will go on me here, and then all the lights will go off, and then there'll be the strobes, and then when we got there, it's like normal lights with kind of some colors changing. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like, no, I want this shit with what and
God, be great. I'm walking off the stage now. Pay me.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, so like to me, that was that thing where I think the fact that I cared about that so much and that I visualized this thing and went into, and the feeling, that euphoric feeling after of being like, I did this thing, and then you feel like a rock star and all that, like that to me was like, oh, I want to fucking keep my ego up like this. I want to like fill that void of self-esteem with this shit, like this this thing. So to me, that was my first like gig, I think, that I played that really made me want to play live.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Who did we talk to at Okemos to have our Guns N' Roses tribute show at the talent show? Who do we need to contact?
I think
so you can relive your moment.
Whoever it is, we're way too old to be contacted.
They used to allow people to just be in it as long as a high school student was involved in it.
That would be so creepy.
Because I remember, yeah, we just solicit some dude to be Axl Rose for us. Well, Prabhu was in choir, actually. He could probably be Axl
Yeah,
Rose.
man. In fifth grade, I can. Hallelujah.
Well, yeah, but like, so they had this problem where like there were more like outside bands with just one person from Okemos like playing in the talent show. Like more people not from Okemos than people from Okemos in the talent show. So they made that rule that you can't have people anymore.
Damn. Maybe we can hold like our own talent show across the street.
Yeah, maybe. I guess. I mean,
what are the kids
idea.
into? What are the kids into these days? You can get one of their like
them
favorite
Gen
rappers.
Well, not Guns N' Roses because they're not vintage; they're old.
They're at Kohl's.
Thanks, Prabhu. Yeah, Kohl's.
No,
we should play a show at Kohl's. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that was basically the first gig I consider, and then I mean like in college, with my old band Two Face, like that, my first solo show was with that, and like I played that was just on my own, and that kind of that was cool because it was my own music too, so it was like cool to perform that. And like now it's interesting though because over the years I've kind of like now that I haven't played so Haley and I played at like farmers markets over the last couple years and stuff, and my band that I play in, Ave Noir, had shows scheduled right before, and then COVID hit, so those got canceled. But even the way I kind of feel about live playing has kind of I think molded or been adapted with like I've found, because I really liked playing live in college and all that stuff, and I think what I've found from even just playing in this band and it not being my own stuff is like having some, just kind of being able to sit back and be a guitar player and just worry about like playing guitar and just have fun. And this is my time to bring up my favorite guitarist from Guns N' Roses, Buckethead.
Is he straddling?
Yeah,
video's kind of long. Maybe we should end it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, hit that outro, bro.
So a few years ago, I actually saw Buckethead live, and that
alive or live?
Live and alive. He actually has a lot of health issues that he's been struggling with, and that was something that. Like,
nice going, Kingdom.
I knew that before I said that.
So there's a podcast. There's like
one.
That he knows his
all right.
I know my Buckethead. Prabhu has taught me well.
Yeah, so listening to that podcast of him and talk about like playing live and that kind of stuff, and how he started seeing this thing about making it not about seeing the you're doing it, go and do something for you. Just go, don't do it for the other person, like being worried about like what is that one person you're looking at, like what you're like, it's easy to fixate on like that one person who's not enjoying the music or something, or that one person who's bored, and like going and playing for you. And like when I saw him play live, he just him and Kanye West, like those were very impressive shows for musicianship that like really made me think like, wow, like those guys just put their all. Like they're both like 3-hour concerts. Kanye played for like 3 hours, jumping around on stage. Halfway through the stage, he takes his mask off, Jesus comes down, and then it's Jesus, and then like he did this whole crazy thing, which is awesome. And like it was this whole shenanigan, but it had that performance kind of made me think about like showman, like the idea of like doing a show that's not just going and playing music. And similarly with Buckethead, I mean, his was very just like, you know, if you don't really like Buckethead, it's probably very boring for you because it's him playing on stage. But he does all these cool things that are like breakdancing, and like halfway through he like brings a sack of toys and he gives toys to the audience, and like random little things that are just, he has fun with it and does whatever the fuck he wants, and you're there because you like it. You know, if you don't, it's not there to appease you. And I think that to me is really, that's something I've tried to think about, is like before I try to grow into a thing of just seeing it as like, I'm doing this because it's a time to not think, to just be in the moment and like have fun with it. And yeah, so I think now I'm like really interested in like watching live things, but that aren't just about guitar playing, but like the overall like performance. Like I love watching videos of Michael Jackson dance. Like Michael Jackson dancing is like or that video I sent you of Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Kind of why I toasted to him today is it's just like, he plays guitar, but like even when I played guitar before, I used to, live, I think I focused a lot on like, am I playing this right? Or I'd get really tuned into doing that rather than just fucking have fun with it. And when you see like Chuck Berry just fucking playing, it's just like, holy shit, like this dude is just in a different like world. It's just, this guy is like, he's not like, even if you took out the guitar playing, it'd be really impressive. Or watching like videos of James Brown play or perform, it's like that dude doesn't even have an instrument in his hand, and he's like, it's just like
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's because I always think of like Little Richard, Richard,
The piano player.
Yeah, the piano player, because like that he had so many antics like when it came to his performance, and then you see that stuff in like I don't know, guitar player like Buddy Guy. Buddy Guy used to in Chicago in like the dead ass cold of the Windy City used to have this long ass guitar cable that he used to run out into the street and then like play from the street and then hype up the audience as he came in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super
insane.
Cool. I actually stole that from another guitar. It's called Guitar Slim, but I'm all about like the showman. Like, I mean, again, that kind of ends up going back to like Guns N' Roses for me, because like I feel like they like, at least from the especially like the older videos. I mean, I still think they still had some of the essence when I saw them more recently, like in the old video, just like hooligans running around stage and like trying to play like fuck up the spotlight guy by like trying to like escape the spotlight that they're on stage. Like that stuff has always been entertaining, and like just thinking of that aspect of it, I totally feel that. That's always something I think about when I play.
Did you ever have I started Tom Morello's masterclass, and one of the things he talks about, which really resonated with me, with not just with playing live but playing guitar. Did you ever have a feeling of like when you had a guitar and you're holding a guitar that like you feel just more comfortable, or that you have more of like, you have basically like, you feel empowered, or you feel like you have like like outside of playing guitar, you can feel like a loser or dweeb or whatever, but then you like hold this thing and then you feel like you're fucking Clark Kent without the thing, like without the glasses, or like that was something I think for me what got me into playing guitar, less so necessarily performing, but the thing of like wanting to like play this and do something with making music and having this thing, is that like I felt that, I mean, I started falling in love with playing the guitar, but then it became this thing too that I felt like part of my identity, that I'm a guitar player. Like this is something I do. I can't imagine myself not doing this thing ever, whether it's in a professional setting or not. I do this thing, and like just having a guitar playing and just with performing and all that stuff, just having it feels a little bit more like I have something, or like I'm more in my element or something like that, rather than like if I were to, I'd rather sing a song on a stage holding a guitar and not playing much of the guitar and just sing, than just stand there and sing with a microphone, because to me that feels so vulnerable and uncomfortable than having a guitar and performing.
I've never sang without a guitar. Like that in particular would be like extremely weird for me to be just like, this is removed. I mean, even talking on this show right now, it's really weird. If I was a person on the show right now and didn't have a guitar in my life, I'd feel really weird.
And I'd call you lazy.
I mean, I would expect that, if not more. But no, that's like such a, because I've never, I don't think I've been on stage without a guitar, like performing. Like I've never just gone out and sang. I've played drums before for some gigs and stuff. Drums are a completely different thing. Like you're just in the back and doing your best to be cool. But I try to make my drums entertaining as possible and seem into it, because I feel like if you're just a drummer, you're just like focused and you just think you're in the background and don't add an element to it, even though you are in the background. I feel like that can like you can do a lot more than you think if you're just in the driver's seat. And I've learned that from like other drummers, just like either watching them or playing with them in a band, just that, like, make sure you have an expression of like joy and having fun, or being in the moment of the music, even if that moment isn't joy. But no, I'd feel like completely barren without guitar and just singing. And I definitely, I think I picked this up because it feels like, I think about guitar gives me purpose. Like people think of maybe music as like a passion driven sort of endeavor. For me, there is passion in it, but I think more to it is like there's purpose in it. Like this is something. It's not like something like I can or can't do. It feels like something more I have to do. So that I feel more of myself when I have one in my hands. And I'd hate to be a person without one in my hand.
No, that's real though.
I see how it is.
It's like it's kind of a feeling of like it's just part of what you like doing. So if you were to do it without, it's like I think all of us. I know, Kanam, you sing the most out of all of us. Like singing is something I'm trying to get more into, but like even then, I think all of us are our influences in getting into doing music and performing has been through the lens first of a guitar player. So I think a lot of what comes back to it is seems we have a common thing of like I think different instruments and stuff kind of they're those stereotypes of like kind of like, oh, drummers are like this, or like guitarists are. I feel like guitarists tend to be like to have some of the attention and like to have like. I know that's a thing. That's a stereotype, especially for like singers to be like wanting to have the spotlight and wanting to be like the center of attention with certain things, and all of those are just like exaggerations. And obviously
the singers are phony. It's all about the guitar player.
Yeah, like that was something that to me, I mean, I think that influenced my like. I think about how that influenced my drive of playing guitar. The thing of like, I didn't. Even though I didn't, it was weird. I liked playing. I didn't play a lot of solo-y kind of stuff, but the thing that I don't know. I didn't want to just be ever like just a rhythm guitarist in the band that like the main focus was on a different guitar player, or like I didn't ever want to just be in the rhythm section that fucking holds down the four. I wanted to still have something that fucking is the central focus of the music. Yeah, it's about me. It's
at some point in this song, you're gonna be hear me. You know, being the center focus, just so you know.
Yeah. It's,
my phone died.
Uh-oh.
My dang phone died.
Well, since Zach can't see us, I thought maybe I'll play his favorite riff, just one of the notes off.
Can I'm starting the outro real quick.
Oh wait, I can play this.
You play the intro.
Wait, where the intro?
Yeah.
I'm about to hang up with both of you. I can't do this.
I'm gonna play that one wrong note.
You guys disgust me. I'm gonna leave. Let's do it. I'm gonna leave.
Wait,
I have to leave
the
anyways.
solo you were playing was the.
Yeah.
There's a video of me and my friend
First
playing.
gig.
There's a video of me and my friend practicing the Metallica and trying to harmonize with each other, but it just is like, and then the other one is like, and it's just like it sounds terrible together. We're both cracking up, where we're just like, nah, that's definitely not it.
That's not what I heard on the record.
Yeah.
All right, is it outro time?
It's outro time.
Yeah, I think.
Quick, before Prabhu does that again.
Does what makes me feel bad?
Ruins my slash solo. Oh, God. It hurts. It hurts really bad. That could be the outro. Cam, run it.
Kim's gonna outro the intro.
I'm gonna outro the intro.
Okay.
It's a drum song.
Oh yeah, he's playing drums now. right, everybody follow or else.
Follow or else.
Follow or else.
Follow or else. Follow
Like,
this.
comment,
Zach-
subscribe, follow. Follow my ex.
Yeah, I need to put that picture of Zach right there.
Yeah, do it.
That-
Heck yeah.
Thank you for watching Tonal
Thanks for
Distancing
tuning in.
or listening to Tonal Distancing.
Yes.
Consuming.
That should be our tonal distancing like theme.
Yeah, I like that. Just welcome to Tonal Distancing. Wait, when is it?